Hey, Paul. Okay, here we go. So coming to a comfortable cross-legged seated position, you can sit up like this, or you can bring your ankles to cross like this. Okay. So start to straighten your spine. Imagine that there is a string coming from the top of your head, just pulling yourself up. So start to roll your shoulders up and back, away from your ears. And then bring your hands to your knees comfortably, either facing down for a grounding gesture or facing up for a receptive gesture. So it's up to you. And then you can close your eyes, start to check in with your body from the crown of your head all the way down to your toes. Notice the parts that may feel a little bit achy or tight or sore. And knowing you, I know it's like all over the place. So just send those parts some extra love. And then notice the parts that may feel good to you today. Be extra thankful for them. Start to take an emotional temperature of how you feel. Maybe you just had a really long day in the office, like I am. Or you may feel like that there's lightness and springiness. And that's pretty awesome. So just notice your feelings and emotions, but don't judge them. Honor and respect them. Lastly, I want you to pay attention to the quality of your breathing. Is your inhale as long as your exhales? If not, try to even both out in both intensity as well as lengths. So as a unit, as a tribe, let's take one deep inhale from the bottom of our belly all the way through our chest. Hold it at the top of our throat and open up your mouth, sigh on out. Let's do it one more time. Inhale from the bottom of our belly, feeling your heart expand, and hold it at the top of your throat and sigh on out. Now gently open up your eyes. Now let's start to connect our movements with our breaths. So inhale, sweep both arms up and overhead. Whoops, I have no room over here. And exhale, start to twist to your right. Left hand falls onto your right knee. Right arm falls behind you. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, come back up. Watch palms connect overhead. Exhale, fall, twist to your left. Right hand comes onto your left knee, and left arm comes behind you. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, bring both arms up and overhead. Exhale, start to bend them behind you, kind of like using your forearms as kind of like a pillow. So start to lean your head back and try to puff your chest out. And then bring both arms up. Start to bend your right arm. Connect your left hand to your right elbow and just draw that forward. Or draw that to the side. And lean to your left. Taking a little tricep stretch. And come back to center. Do the opposite hands. Bend your left arm. Right arm come to your left elbow and start to draw that elbow in. Lean to your right. And come back to center. Now bend both arms in front of you at a 90-degree angle. And start to sweep your right arm below your left. And try to have both the backs of your hands to touch. And if you can, bring the palms to touch. So flip your hands and bring your palms to touch. Inhale here, exhale, start to draw forward. And then come back up and release both hands. Oh, and I forgot, you can give yourself a little hug. So bring your left arm underneath your right. Let's first just give yourself a little hug. It's never really as good as giving someone else a hug or receiving a hug from somebody, but it's better than nothing. So here we are. And then bring both hands, the backs of the hands to touch. Bring the palms to touch. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, bow forward. And come back up, release both hands. Now plant both hands in front of you, roll over your shins, roll over your ankles, coming to a tabletop. So you are on all fours. Shoulders are tracking over the heels of your hands and hips are tracking over your knees. Hands are spread shoulder width apart. Fingers are spread wide, index fingers are parallel. The eyes of the elbow, the inner crease of your elbows are rolling forward. Okay? So inhale, drop your belly, look up, arch. Exhale, round, look within. Inhale, look up and arch. Exhale, round. And coming to neutral, start to rotate the palms so that the fingertips are facing outward. Same thing, inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And come back to neutral, rotating your palms one more time so that your fingertips are facing towards your knees. Inhale, arch your belly, or drop your belly, I should say. Arch your back. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. And come back to neutral. Keeping your hands exactly as where they are, start to walk your knees in. And once you're close to your hands, start to sink your booty down so that you can take a little bit of a deeper stretch on your wrists. And if this doesn't feel comfortable to you, then don't do it. But just taking a little stretch over here, it feels great for me. Now, come on and sit up. Shake out your hands gently. Do this like birds can fly. And this one, get the bugs off me. Shake it out. And let's do one more. Let's see what we do. Let's interlace all 10 fingers and then start to rave your hands. And hug the giant. Imagine you're hugging like a person that's really, 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 really gigantic. And you can hardly ever wrap your arms around their waists, but you're gonna hug them anyway by doing this. Yeah. And take the hands behind your back. Pretend you're a chicken. Alright. Cool. Now, when you're ready, come back into tabletop. Inhale your right arm towards the ceiling, open up and twist. Exhale, shoot your right arm behind the left, resting onto your right temple, right shoulder. Pressing actively against your right hand, popping onto left fingertips as if you're holding onto a tennis ball. Left elbow is high. Stay here if you want to, or kickstand your left leg. Ugh, there's no room. Damn it. Okay, let me see if I can move. There we go. There we go. Okay. So stay here, or option for you to take your left arm towards the ceiling and open up your left shoulder. Option to stay here, or flip your palm, bend your elbow, and seek for your right hip crease, taking a little bind. Now remember to keep on rolling your shoulder open. Your neck is neutral, gaze is neutral. You can even close your eyes in this if you want to. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, left hand finds the floor. Push yourself back up into a tabletop. So doing the same thing on the other side. Inhale your left arm towards the ceiling, open up and twist. Exhale, shoot your left hand behind your right arm, resting onto your left temple, left shoulder. Pressing actively against the back of your left hand, popping onto right fingertips
as if you're holding onto a tennis ball. Once again, kickstand your right leg onto the side. Sole of your right foot finds the floor. Now, option here to stay exactly as where you are, or inhale your right arm towards the ceiling, open up your shoulder. Stay here, or flip your palm, bend your elbow, option to take a bind. Keep on rolling that shoulder open. But there should be no strains on your neck or your shoulders. Inhale your right arm towards the ceiling. Exhale, right hand finds the floor. Draw your foot in, push yourself back up into a tabletop. Keeping your hips exactly as where they are, start to walk your hands all the way forward, resting onto your chin or your chest or your forehead, taking a puppy pose. And take an activated puppy pose by popping onto your fingertips, lifting the undersides of your arms even higher. Like a little cute puppy, like Giza. And then walk your hands back. Come back into tabletop. Scoop your knees 2 inches to the back. Tuck your back toes. Lift your hips, lift your knees. Come into a downward facing dog. First down dog of the day, so start to pedal out your feet by bending your right knee and lowering onto your left heel. And then switch legs. Bend your left knee, lowering onto your right heel, taking a calf stretch. Take your dog for a little jog, so pedal out your feet a little quicker. Ah! I'm tracking, like I don't have a mat, so it's like I don't have grips. So just pedal it out. Maybe take your dog for a dance. Start to pivot on the balls of your feet, sway your hips from side to side. And as you do that, remember to touch your thighs towards your belly. Yoga without a mat is hard. Okay, and come back. Come back into the center, find stillness in your down dog. Oh my gosh, I'm slipping. So, once again, fingers are spread wide apart, index fingers are parallel. Try to rotate the upper arms externally so that the shoulder blades are joined towards or joined away from one another. And try to push your chest towards your thighs. Your hips should be at the highest point. You're like a triangle without a bottom. And now try to ground your heels towards the floor. Inhale, bend your knees slightly, hover. And exhale, touch both knees down onto the floor, untuck your back toes, connect your hips to your heels, taking a child's pose. Inhale, look forward, and then drag your body forward, slowly, resting your ribcage down between your thumbs. Sternum is lifted an inch or two off the floor, coming to baby cobra. And come back down. Inhale, straighten both arms. Coming to a full cobra. Exhale, come back down. And then take your hands to the side. We call this the ghetto cobra. So inhale, come up. Exhale, come back down. Draw your hands in. Push yourself up into a child's pose. And then back into downward facing dog. So one more time. Inhale, lower both knees, popping them off the floor. Exhale, both knees comes down to the floor. Untuck your back toes, coming to child's pose, hips to heels. Inhale, draw your body forward, coming to baby cobra. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, full cobra. Exhale, come back down. And inhale, ghetto cobra. Exhale, come back down. Hands come back. Child's pose. And downward facing dog. Inhale, roll yourself into a plank. You're at the top of a push-up. And just ground, or I should say round, through your upper back. Engage your core. Exhale, lower your elbows halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, roll over your toes, coming to an upward facing dog. Draw your chest forward. Exhale, roll over your toes, coming to downward facing dog.
Inhale, roll yourself up into a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, roll forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look up at your hands, keeping your hands planted for as long as you can. Make your way all the way to the top of the mat. So walk your feet to your hands, in other words. Now you can walk in a straight line, or you can cross over your ankles and rise on the balls of your feet. Imagine that you're wearing like really high heels. Super model walk. And when you are at the top of the mat, separate your feet. Inner hip width distance apart is about 2 fists width. So you can measure it by your hands. And bend your knees. Start to grab onto opposite elbows. Start to sway your body from side to side. Head is super heavy, joint towards the floor. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head now. Come back to center, release both arms, placing an even bigger bend in your knees. Tuck your tailbones under. Start to roll your bones one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to come up. And we are done with grounding. Woohoo!